It gets a little bit more complicated than that because the reason why I've asked you to begin to detect in alchemical practice in spagyrics, timing is incredibly important because the underlying notion is that every herb, every plant, every medicine, every food that you can take into you is influenced by one or more planets. Usually one predominates, especially when you're talking about plants. Okay, so for example, oregano is Martian. Spearmint also, right? These types of things. It's influenced by Mars. It's a two-way street. You see an oregano plant that's growing not only receives energy from Mars and processes it and does what it does with it, but it also transmits Martian energy out into the planet, this planet. Okay? So it's a two-way street. It breathes in and it breathes out. Uh, I'm not going to go into how you know it's Martian because I want you to actually train yourself to be able to do this, to be able to pick up a plant and go, ah, this is a Jupiter influence. Okay. Or this is a Saturnian influence. You'll get there eventually. You'll be able to hold it in your hand and do this with it. Smell it, for example. This is why I said smell your foods. It starts with the air, earth, water, fire, but eventually you can go to the seven influences, which conveniently enough have to do with the days of the week. All right. So let me put it this way. If you determine that you want more of a Martian influence, right, that your complex needs more of that Martian influence, and then you're going to go for oregano, because I told you already, but you can detect it. All right. You're going to go for oregano, and you're going to focus on Tuesday when you plant it and when you harvest it, because Tuesday is controlled by Mars. You see, we have this very convenient map here where Sunday is controlled by the sun. Moon day, moon, right? Monday is the moon. Tuesday, TIW, the god TIW was Mars. Wednesday by Mercury. Thursday, as in Thor, by Jupiter. Friday for Venus, and Saturn day for Saturday. All right, so you've got these kind of general aspects, but it's not so easy, I'm sorry to say. That's just the beginning of it, okay? It also has to do with the time of day. So can you see the numbers that I've got here? Are you able to see those? Okay. I'll go through them briefly. It's basically 3 hour and 25-minute intervals. And I'll explain how that alters throughout the year here in a little bit. But from 0 hours to 0325 on Sunday is ruled by Martian influence, and I will send a picture of this. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On Monday it's Mercury. Tuesday is Jupiter. Wednesday Venus. Thursday Saturn. Friday Sun, and Saturday Moon. Okay. And every 3 hours, 3 hours and 25 minutes roughly, it advances. And so on Sunday from 3:26 a.m. to 6:51 a.m., it's sun. And the reason why it's that time is because it's generally within the time that the sun rises. So when the sun rises on Sunday between 3:26 a.m. and 6:51 a.m., that's the literal time when it starts. Okay, but these are kind of generalisms. Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? So, like for example, sun rose today at 5:24 a.m. I would add 3 hours and 25 minutes to that to come up with the exact timings. But if you are working with a sun kind of plant or a Martian plant, you got to get up pretty early in the morning, don't you? If you want to harvest it on a Sunday, you've got to do it between the hours of midnight, 0 hours, and 3:25 a.m. All right, because you're in process, because you respect the timing of the planet, because that's when Mars is trickling down on you. Now, you all are 7 or more hours ahead of me. So doesn't that beg the question, whose time do you follow? Do you follow my time? Right? Do you follow my time or do you follow your time? What do you suppose? Or Greenwich Mean? Yeah, your time. Yeah. which
Yeah.
tells you that all of the planetary signals are raining down on the planet all the time. You see, but just in different parts because it spins, right? So you've got all of these frequencies coming into the planet, and the planet is just rotating. That's the point, isn't it? That the planet is spinning under these different rays, constantly cleansing and washing it. Yeah. And it's got little plants on there that are making a return back to it, that are processing that energy, pulling it in, refining it, sending it back out. Okay. So these timings are very important. Now, okay,
Mm.
you can see that there's a chart here. And one thing that I would like you to try to do is, I don't often say this, but try to memorize this chart so that at any point in time of day, you'll understand what influence you're under. Okay, what influence is washing over the planet. There's another one that's twice as big as this one that has to do with like minutes and so on and so forth. You don't need to get that complex with it. But fortunately, it always follows the same order. It goes from Mars to Sun to Venus to Mercury to Moon to Saturn to Jupiter, and then the same order. It's just it starts in a different one each day. Okay, you see?
Yeah.
You'll see it. You'll understand it when you get the picture of it. But
Yeah.
try to take the time to memorize it. Be able to look at your watch or the clock and know what influence is washing over the planet in your area at that point in time. Okay, it's going to help with your detection skills. It's going to help you. Moreover, it'll help your astral body from the standpoint of being able to get on the signal of what an astral body is composed of, because it's got these 7 elements in it.